Hi, this is Goddess Runic Seer forward reading. Okay, so I've been sitting on and meditating on this reading, and because I'm always constantly learning, this is always a learning lesson. It's always a teaching. Okay, so the dice. We have Othala in the upright. Othala is the rune of authority, but it represents the home. It represents ancestry. It represents a family. We have Theresas. They're both in the upright. Theresas is the rune of boundaries. It is the thorn. It looks like a thorn, right? And the thorn on a rose bush is meant to protect. So it's a family, it's an ancestry, 111. It's like, this is a reading that's about something that's not tangible. It's spiritually tangible. It's not physical. This is a spiritual reading. So it's like, so we're not talking about someone, well, we are talking about somebody particular, but this is what's happening in the collective. We have, with the Theresas, we have an enemy. We have somebody that is not supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, so we have an enemy attacking the inheritance. An inheritance, an ancestry inheritance, because what I'm getting with Othala is more of an inheritance and something that has to do with ancestry, and not necessarily a person. And we have Yara up here in the upright, and it's the rune of celebration. It's yearly cycles. It's reaping what you harvest. 222. It's reaping you harvest. The plants the seeds that you put out, you're harvesting them now. So somebody's trying to take somebody's spiritual inheritance or ancestor inheritance, and we have that generation after generation, because Othala can be generation and tradition too. So and Yara is like yearly, like a cycle. So it's like somebody always trying to destiny swap and steal somebody's ancestor inheritance. So their gifts, whatever the ancestors hand down to their loved ones. So clarifying Othala, we have Awaz. Awaz is represents the yew tree, and the yew wood. It also represents the passage too. 333. The interpretation is this rune represents death, a magical sign. It can be associated with the notion of protection against danger. So that's what I think. I think somebody's inheritance, your inheritance is protected by the cosmos, because Awaz, even though it represents the yew tree and the yew wood, it's still part of the world tree, and the world tree sits. I know you're about to do something. Okay, where was I at? Awaz, because I'm constantly learning, so I'm reading in my rune books, and Awaz is space, represents space. That's why I got the spiritual aspect of the story, and we're not particularly talking about one or two people. We're talking about what has been happening right now in the collective. And 444, and since Awaz is the 13th rune and Yara is the 12th. The 12th represents the 12 months of the year. So it would be like time. That's why I got time, spiritual time. like timelines and past lives where somebody was always trying to steal somebody's ancestor inheritance. There was always a family member probably trying to steal somebody's inheritance. And in some cases, it happened. They were successful, and in some cases they're not. But in this case right here, we're protected. This generation is protected because this generation is all about karma. We are living in the time of Shiva. That means the karmic patterns and the karmic lessons. There's karmic lessons to be learned. There's karmic patterns that need to be broken. So Yara is time and Awaz is space. Represents space, like the cosmos. But it also means death too. So we're talking about endings. Whoever in your family tried to take a destiny swap or take your ancestry inheritance is isolated right now. They're going through some type of transformation with Awaz, upright. This is the upright. And Isa, they're isolated and they are stagnated and they're in danger because Isa is a rune of danger. Because like I said, this time around, what happened in the past life is not going to happen in this life because this is the time of Shiva. So clarifying Thorisas, which is the boundary, the rune of boundaries, represents somebody doing something, a bad person doing something that they should not be doing. And that right now they're isolated, they're stagnated. Isa is an ice rune. Ice rune. And Isa, when I see Isa, I always think of because it's the winter rune, so I'm always thinking of like a time where you need to just be stagnated because you can't go outside. It's too cold and wherever you live, it could be snowy and you can't really do nothing outside. So it's a time to just sit and reflect and be patient. Be patient and reflect. So this is a time to reflect on your family, a karmic pattern or a karmic lesson that you may need to let go of. This is the time to reflect and be and go within so that you can identify the problem, because it seems like this cycle has lasted for a long time. I know with me, this stuff started in 2022. Okay, this has been going on for a while. And so we have with Yara, we have clarifying Yara again. And I said Yara is the rune of celebration. So like I was saying, that in some timelines, in some past lives, this has been able to occur, has been able to, the enemy was successful. But again, in this lifetime, it's not going to work. The destiny swapping is not going to work. The exchanging spiritual gifts, the draining, the energy vampires, all that stuff is not going to work no more. Justice is coming out, because Yara can also mean justice too. So what you wanted for somebody else is going to come back to you. That's what Yara is. You have the arrow going one way and the other one. Also, we have Rido. Rido is the rune of time. So we have time out here. We have time out here a lot. And that's another reason why I was thinking, because Rido can be astral travel. It could be time. It could be journey. So it's like we have a lot of things going on in the spiritual realm. A lot of spiritual travel, astral travel going on. A lot of people trying to take other people's lives and destiny swap. But like I said, this time there's going to be no motion. Motion, no motion. So clarifying Awaz, we have Chiwaz. So like again, somebody is trying to prevent somebody. The destiny that they're trying to swap with, 1010, the ancestor gift that they're trying to take has to do with honor. It has to do with respect and self-sacrifice. They're trying to, they're trying to take away something that's very powerful. Somebody who's very powerful. Somebody who's very honorable and courageous. Somebody who has made it to Valhalla, because she goes to collect the honorable men and the courageous men down in the underworld so that they can fight in Valhalla. So that's who they could be trying to target, a warrior, somebody who resides in the underworld. Because this is an ancestor gift. This is an ancestor 1111. This is an ancestor gift that they're trying to take. They're trying to take somebody's honor away so that they don't make it to Valhalla. But they're supposed to make it to Valhalla. If you catch what my drift is. For the people who are new to rune readings, this is more like for the advanced people, because this is, we're speaking about past lives. We're speaking about generations of things. Or I'm speaking of generations of things. So it's like, if you don't know about your birth chart, you don't know about your past lives, you don't know about your ancestors, it's going to be hard to interpret the runes a little bit. Because especially this one, because this one is really talking about what people are trying to do to a certain group of people. These people are honorable people. They're honorable, 1212. They're honorable people from their ancestors. And they're trying to take that honor away from them. They're trying to switch with the Yara, switch the ways. Clarifying Isa, we have the recess. We have the recess right here in the reverse. Now, the recess is aggression, conflict, and trouble, right? So these people right here are in trouble because, again, the destiny swapping for certain people is not going to work. And we're talking about people who have made it to Valhalla in a past life. Okay? This is who we're talking about, the honorable warriors. So if you know that you're a warrior in a past life and you made it to Valhalla, this is who I'm talking about. Right now, these people are in trouble because this time around, this destiny swapping is not going to work. 13 and 13. So clarifying Yarwa, we have algae. So we have connection, we have protection too, and we have safety. This is your ancestor, 1331. Your ancestry inheritance is safe. It's protected because it's not going to work this time around. It's still going. Right here. It's still going. It's still something that needs to be achieved in this life. And then clarifying that, we have Wunyo. So you're going to be able to sit at this table and feast with the warriors. You're going to sit here and eat with the honorable. You still got your table. You still got your chair at the table. 1414. You still got your spot. Ain't nobody taking it. Okay, so let's go into the planets, the houses, the numerology, and the signs. Hold on, I gotta get my paper. Okay, so let's go. Let's do the planets. So with the Thala, we have Saturn. Saturn is the karmic patterns, the karmic lessons, maybe a karmic responsibility that somebody is supposed to learn. That is Capricorn. So we have a father figure, or we have the creator. So what am I getting from this? we may have a father figure. So we may do have somebody, it's somebody within your family, okay? I think what it is it's always somebody within your family that's trying to destiny swap with a chosen one. So always look at that. It's somebody within somebody's family. And this family member, you may have a karmic lesson with that you may need to learn from and then let go. A karmic lesson is something that you need to learn. You need to learn something from that person and then let them go. Like I learned something from my Sinclair family, and I learned something and then I let them go. Matter of fact, there is a cousin friend requested me on Facebook, and I sat on it for a minute because he's not directly Sinclair, but he's a cousin though. So he's like a cousin of a cousin of a cousin. So I accepted it, but I sat on it for a minute because I'm like, are you one of them? 16. I'm like, are you one of them? Because I already am friends with another cousin who told me that in the beginning, the Sinclair family is nice, and then they turn on you. So I don't think she's one of them. Because she's kind of the same situation as me, where you don't know your father. It was just maybe a hit it and quit it situation, you know what I'm saying? And then the person ended up getting pregnant. But anyways, so I said, and I'm still sitting on it. Like I still look at him and go, because you're in Cleveland, Ohio with them. You know, they live in Cleveland, Ohio too. So, are you one of them? Are you a monitoring spirit? Are you a monitoring spirit? Because I know you guys watch me too. So, but anyways, for the people in the back that don't understand, this is a family thing. It's a karmic lesson that you need to learn from and then get away from it. And this is past life. This is generational, traditional stuff that keeps going on every life, every lifetime. Somebody in your family is trying to destiny swap with somebody, take somebody's honor away. And I'm thinking we're talking about warriors. These are warriors that have made it. You know, they're trying to mess up somebody's honor, and they're trying to take it. Like, okay, I deserve it. You don't deserve it. I deserve it. But if I already made it here in a previous life, you still can't take it in this life because I've already got it. And then we have Mars. So we have Mars with Aries, so we have action. So again, we're dealing with masculine energy. We're dealing with honor. We're dealing with, because Aries was the god of war. So we're dealing with the god of war twice. So we're dealing with warriors. We're dealing with these people who are courageous and self-sacrifice and honorable people who have made it to Valhalla. They were warriors in previous lives, and you're still a warrior now. And this is something that they're trying to take, but they can't. A family member. And we could be a family member. It could be a father figure. It could be a Capricorn. It could be an Aries, or somebody who is the protector of the family. Like, in some black families, we always, my mom is always talking about she's the matriarch. It could be somebody like that too. Somebody who wants to take on the leadership role of the family or authority, because room 1919, Othala is about authority. So we have AWAS right here too about Scorpio. And Scorpio is the overseer. I always was talking about Scorpio being the overseer. It's the overseer. So it guards. Kind of like, I guess, Anubis. Kind of like Anubis, right? Because he guards the dead. He protects the dead. So we're talking about, so Anubis is coming out. Is Anubis Scorpio? Hold on. It guards. Okay, so Scorpio is the overseer. It guards and imparts values. So it also represents Poseidon. And you know, if you know about myth and legends and stories, ancient stories, Poseidon always took shit that he wasn't supposed to take anyways. You know, I mean, wasn't he the one that overpowered Medusa? I think he was the one that overpowered Medusa, right? And then Athena punishes Medusa because she can't touch Poseidon. That's why I love watching these stories, because these stories be saying things. So the reason why she punished Medusa is because she couldn't touch Poseidon. Because you can't, a god can't punish another god. 21:21. So she couldn't touch her uncle. Athena is Poseidon's niece. She couldn't touch her uncle, so she punished Medusa. But anyways, so Scorpio would be Pluto, and Pluto is about obsessions. So this person could be obsessed over the position, the spiritual position that somebody may have within the family. They're obsessed over this, and they want to take it with this Poseidon energy and Scorpio. I don't know why I was about to say something else. Okay. We have Venus. So again, like I said, it's a relationship. It's some type of relationship that you have with this person. Some type of, it's some type of relationship. With Venus, you have Gemini, Libra and Taurus. So we could be talking about a relationship with a Libra, or a relationship with a Taurus, or Scorpio, or with Jupiter here, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the visionary, right? Yeah, visionary, and it communicates philosophy. So this person could be very smart. This person, or it could be in a relationship with somebody smart, because we have Jupiter and Venus, right? You know, this is crazy. We have Scorpio, right? Right here we have Scorpio, and that would be Poseidon, right? But then we have Jupiter here with luck and health. And that's Scorpio, that's Sagittarius I meant, and that's Athena. That's crazy. It was just a rune of progress if I didn't say that. This is somebody you know. It's somebody you know. It's somebody who wants to get lucky, and their health may be failing too. I mean, they could be on their deathbed, because it was his death. In the tarot deck, Othala is the world, you know. Okay, so when we have two laws, we have the 17th. Okay, we're not going to do the numbers yet. We have Mars again. So again, it's like the god of war. It's commitment. Oh, Tiwaz is the rune of commitment. If I didn't say that, I'm forgetting a whole lot of things right now. Aries. So I already talked about Aries, right? So with Tiwaz, we have Aries right here. So again, we're talking about warriors, honorable warriors. That with this Libra energy right here, that you could go for advice. Go to and ask for advice. So this is somebody that you could go to. This is somebody that you could go to get advice from. Somebody who will provide assistance. And I'm talking about the warrior. I'm not talking about the person that's trying to steal it. So November could be significant. Othala represents November, so their birthday could be in November. So they could be a Scorpio. or a Sagittarius, like I said, right? So Scorpio, Sagittarius, and then we don't have a date. So then we have the recess. And the recess is Mars energy. So we have a lot of action. We have a lot of action. We have a lot of movement. A lot of anger. So there's anger on both sides. So the ancestors are angry, and this person who's trying to steal somebody's destiny is an angry person. With Jupiter, that's Sagittarius. So we could be dealing, again, Sagittarius is out here twice with the recess in of the AWAS. So we could have a Sagittarius going through a health crisis right now. Or Scorpio, or Libra, or Taurus, or Aries. Take it how it represents, or the roles of those signs. We have Isa with the moon energy. That's feminine. That's Cancer. That's, your emotions and your intuition and your feelings. So like I said, this is somebody that you either were in a relationship with, or you have some type of relationship with, because it's there's some emotions here. This person's going through a whole lot of emotions because they're stagnant with this Isa right here. So their health could be declining with this Jupiter energy right here, like I said. So they're in danger right now. And then with the recess again, we have somebody who's in reverse. With the recess in reverse, we have Mars energy. So this person is aggressive, likes to dictate. Like I said, their health is declining. Oh, now my nose is itching. Okay, so we have Yara here. Oh, okay, so Isa is January. And January is associated with the month of January. So this person could have their birthday in January. So we're talking about Capricorn or Aquarius person. Now with Yara, we have the Sun, which is Leo. So we have somebody in their ego. And we have Mercury right here with Gemini and Virgo. So we have somebody who likes to talk a lot. Maybe somebody who is either acting like 28. Somebody that's trying to pretend like a Virgo. Somebody's trying to act like they're a Virgo. They're trying to communicate. They're trying to act like they're organized. You know what I'm saying? And they're very detailed oriented. But they're not. That's not what they are. With this Mercury energy. Mercury is about communication. So, and then with this astro, because Rido is about astral travel too. So that's what I feel like they're doing. Somebody's trying to astral travel to a Virgo or a Gemini. Or somebody, they're doing some type of communication. They're using some type of communication with this Mercury, right? Because Rido is Mercury too. So that's Gemini and Virgo. So somebody is trying to communicate. They're trying to astral travel to a Virgo or a Gemini or somebody who is very organized and detailed oriented. And their position in the world is to communicate. But they're also using some type of communication too. So that this is how they're using magic to try to destiny swap with somebody. They're astral traveling and they're using some type of magic to communicate. Sagittarius, that's the visionary. Like I said, that was Athena, right? What is okay, so since we're talking about past lives, I talked about cancer. Where did I talk about? I talked about cancer with Issa. And because, like I said, I'm so into 3030, I'm so into like myth and legends. Cancer has to do with Hera. And Hera gave Hercules a hard time. She did not like that Zeus traveled down and made it with a human woman and had a baby, which is Hercules, right? And I think this is the storyline within this, right? It's somebody who they feel like, because they are a Hercules in the family, you know, half God and half human, they don't really belong anywhere. Okay, so this is where I'm getting with this. They don't really belong anywhere. So the family don't, 3111, I don't know why I want to say that, but it jumped out. So we're dealing with family members who feel like this person that they are trying to destiny swap with don't belong, because they're not fully God and they're not fully human. So where are you? You're in between. 3131. You're in between and you don't really belong anywhere. Thank you, Spirit. I got that. So again, like I just feel like Athena. I just feel like somebody is, they're mad. They see, the thing is, like I said with Athena, she couldn't attack Poseidon because Poseidon was her uncle and Poseidon was just as powerful as her, and that would have been a disgrace to attack him and accuse him of something. So you attack the weaker person, right? Or what you feel is weak. The person who is dedicated to you. So then we could be talking about twin flames, right? We could be talking about somebody who's dedicated to you and you attack them because you can't attack or you're scared to attack the Poseidon. Anyways. So, yeah, L House, we have, we have Cancer. We have Cancer energy right here. That's the feminine figure. Like I was saying, this is Hera. So this, you're protected against Hera, okay? If you have a Hera, well, you should have a Hera, because the people who are going through this right now, we're talking about past lives. We're talking about gods and goddesses. So yeah, Hera, you dealing with a Hera, you're protected against Hera, okay? And this inheritance is still coming towards you in due time. April could be significant. Somebody's birthday could be in April, or there could be a special date, court date in April, because T-Waz can talk about court. Rido can talk about court too. Can talk about the successfulness in court. We have with Wunyo, we have Leo energy. Leo is the sun, so we could be talking about somebody who's very egotistic. Wait. Somebody who's a leader. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Because I lost track of where I was going. Because I know who's attacking me, so sometimes I just be wanting to point them out, like Leo. It's a Leo. Okay, anyways. So we have Leo right here. Leo is the leadership. So these people, again, like I said, they're warriors. They're leaders. You know, if you have this problem going on with you right now, you're a leader. Okay. With Aries, you're a protector. You are the god of war. You're a warrior. With Venus here, you have good relationships with people. And with the Saturn, you are really responsible. Venus, we have what? Libra and Taurus. Somebody who's very environmental. Somebody who is, what did I say, Libra? like I said, somebody that you can lean on and go to. Now, we could be talking about a father figure with the Saturn and Capricorn. We could be talking about an honorable father member, an honorable father who has sat at the table and he has passed on to you your ancestor gifts. Oh wait, I was cooking something, hold on. Okay, so this father figure has passed on his gifts to you, and to some people, not all. And okay, so where we at? Thank you. Are we going into numerology in house? Hold on. Okay, so we're talking about numerology in the houses. So Odala is the 23rd room. 3 and 2 break down to 5. 5, we're talking about pleasure, vision, and expression. I don't know who rules the 5th house. I didn't write that down. Numerology, we're talking about change, adaptability, and conflict. So there is a conflict with a family member. This family member may express themselves in a certain way. They like to express themselves in a certain way, or your 5th house is an issue, or your 5th house is important. Maybe you should look into your 5th house, what's in your 5th house. Maybe Capricorn's in your 5th house, or Aries is in your 5th house. This is somebody, so with yellow, we have yellow, gold, and green with Othala. So we have the solar plexus, self-confidence. We have the heart chakra. This is somebody who, what are we talking about? We're talking about, this is somebody who, now I'm talking about the family member who's passed on, the ancestors that have passed this on. They're very loved with the heart chakra here, with the green color. They are very in tune with their inner child with the solar plexus. If your solar plexus and your heart chakra is not strong, that's something that your ancestors are being called for you to strengthen. You know, the solar plexus has something to do with your inner child. So this is something that you may have to dive into. With your heart chakra is about love. You have to open your heart up to love. Not just love for others, but love for yourself. And it takes a lot of inner work, shadow work. With Awas is the 13th room, like I said, it represents space. That's 4, right? So 4, again, we're talking about roots and home. So again, an ancestor is coming through about get down to your roots. Know what your roots are. And discipline yourself. With the 4 numerology is I have structure, stability, and discipline. So that it takes discipline, it takes structure and stability. It takes to be consistent. This is not easy work, because when you're a chosen one, it's a lot of responsibilities that you have because you hold the lineage. whether you want it or not. Because I know there's some chosen ones out there that don't want it. They don't want this because it involves spiritual warfare. It involves always struggling. It involves crying. It involves going into your shadow. It's hard work. It's very hard work. With T-Walls, we have 17 with 8. So 8 is about death and the occult and investment. So somebody took an investment and doing this. You might have to check Libra in the 8th house. Is Libra in your 8th house? Also power, material wealth, and movement. So like, yeah, somebody wants the wealth. So there's material wealth, spiritual wealth that you have acquired over lifetimes and your ancestors have given you, and somebody's trying to take that. Isa is the 11th room. That's 2. We have positions and possessions and values and resources. So somebody could be losing resources with Isa. The recess is the 3rd room. Also numerology. In numerology, number 2 is balance, harmony, and insightful. You're going to have to go within. With 11, 3? 3 is about communication, siblings, and ancestors of your houses. So definitely look into your 3rd house. Dang. I talked about 3 a lot. So you look into Aries. If Aries is in your 3rd house, or Sagittarius is in your 3rd house, something about your root chakra too. Something about your root chakra. There's something about your root chakra. Maybe that's something that needs to be healed very, very so much. Because maybe the father figure or the ancestor that they're trying to, because they're trying to block an ancestor too from giving you the gifts, from giving you the blessings, and they're trying to destiny swap and take it from you too. So this has to do with stability in the root chakra. Have a strong root chakra. Elhaz is 15, the 15th room. That's 4. So again, we're talking about roots and home. So maybe you have Cancer in your birth chart. Cancer may be in the 4th house, or check your 4th house. And we have structural stability and discipline. So I already talked about structure. The crown chakra, yes, because your ancestors are going to give you your gifts through your crown. These are for the people who are like just beginning, because it's a lot of destinies that are trying to be swapped right now. And it's not successful if you already know who you are. It's not successful if you're already doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so for the people here, 43, for the people that I'm talking to right now that are already in their purpose, it's not going to work. So check if you have Cancer, where Cancer is in your birth chart, or the 4th house. If Cancer is in your 4th house. Yara is the 12th room, that's 3. So that again, that's about communications, ancestors. They may be trying. 3 is out here a lot. 3 has to do with creativity, artistic, and communications. And so the creativity, they may speak to you that way. 5, we have change, adaptability, and conflict. Yeah, pleasure, vision, and expression. Look at your 5th house, look at your 8th, look at your 4th, look at your 3rd, look at all your houses, okay? So let's look at the timing, 44. April, righto, something could be moving in April. Somebody's birthday could be in April. There's some type of movement going on in April. With Yara, it's midwinter, Yule, and August. Something could be, it could be a beginning of a cycle in August, or ending in an ending for somebody in August, the month of August. I said Ogdala, so the family member's birthday could be in November, so, and it could be a Sagittarius or a Scorpio. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. I think that's all the timing. I think that's all the timing that we have. So I'm going to conclude this reading, this reading for today. Thank you for listening. Like I said, 45, this is for the advanced people who kind of know their position. They know where they are. They know their ancestors. They know what's really going on. And thank you for listening. This is Guidance Reading Seer. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.